Okay. All right. All right. Time to talk some video games. Oh man. So we go through this every year, don't we? We go through this every year with the years with the game awards. I debated even talking about this, but you know, there's other good stuff going on, especially with Xbox. Um, Xbox with the Xbox had a big week this week. Actually, Xbox has a big week. Uh, Actually, I gotta say, Xbox had a huge week this week. My goodness. Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up, chat? And yeah, guys, be vocal tonight. We're gonna hang out, talk some video games. Um, give our thoughts and everything, and then we're gonna call it a night. So Shizno Elite, he said, "What's up, man? Hey, what's up, Shizno?" The homie Coco Fiend 93 said, "What's good?" Man, I'm good, man. I'm real good. I am real good, man. Um, I'm just gonna talk about a few things tonight. We're gonna hang out for a bit, y'all. Let's just have a good night, right? And Crasher0411 said, "Bro, it's 11 p.m." Yeah, yeah, it's late. I know it happens, man. Sometimes, look, I've been off work for a minute, so I'm not bound to time, because I don't gotta wake up early or nothing. Um, so yeah, so I just decided, why not talk some video games at 11 p.m. my time, huh? Stalker 2 is amazing. Wow. Yeah, yeah, man. I dabbled in it a little so far. Um, Honestly, I'm still trying to get through other games, that's what I mean, Shizno, and that's one things I'm going to talk about, man. I got to talk about Xbox and their massive week this week, um, because my goodness, man, Xbox had this week was bonkers, absolutely bonkers. Between the game releases, between the previews, between the announcement of cloud gaming for games you own. I mean, Xbox is just they're really pushing gaming forward heavily, and it's pretty clear that if you want to be stuck in the past, man, you're gonna get left behind because Xbox is a rolling freight train right now. But we're gonna get to all that. We're gonna get to all that. Shizno Elite said the new flight sim is great too. Once I got logged in, minor issues they have to fix now. Yeah, I heard that game is massive. No, I heard that game is massive. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna talk about a Vow deep dive because I saw them previews today. Damn near all of them. Shizno. But yeah, let's start with the drama. We go through this every year. I feel with the Game Awards, where they do something to prove that they're an illegitimate award show, and that I don't even think the Game Awards give a damn about the Game Awards at this point. Um, all they're trying, the truth of the matter is, all they're doing is getting their sponsors ready, getting some of the ads that you're going to see all over the show, get some previews. Because I think the Game Awards have reached a point where it's not even about the awards. It's not about guys. Don't believe for a second about this being celebrated gaming. And Loader Squad X dropping just a bunch of Xbox games coming out or that is coming out soon. Avowed, Fable, Stalker, Indiana Jones, Black Ops 6, Flight Simulator, Gears of War E Days, Starfield DLC Part 2, Doom, Perfect Dark are all on Xbox. Yeah, are all owned by Xbox. Absolutely right, Loader Squad. And it is just, isn't that incredible? It's why the Xbox is dead narrative just holds absolutely no weight to me, Loader Squad. Absolutely none. But, I'm going to get back to that, man. Tristan Lee said the video game awards are all about ads, not awards. Yeah, agree. Oh yeah, yeah, and that's why I'm so lackadaisical about even feeling any type of emotional reaction to them having DLC and remasters and remakes eligible for awards for the Game of the Year awards. Because listen, it doesn't matter, man. This is the equivalent of who wins or loses a wrestling match, right? The shit is predetermined. Nobody gives a shit, you know. and it's the same thing here with the Game Awards. When it dropped they had DLC and I'm not sure what Balatro is. I guess it's a mobile game. It was extremely baffling. It was extremely baffling. And then another thing that the Game Awards do. This is the ultimate proof that they're illegitimate. Is that they just make stuff up on the spot, right? Um, they want to add DLC to Game of the Year when they want to, and they'll just shoehorn the rules to make it up on the spot and pretend that was always the case. And this was another great year of games. You're telling me you can't pick out 6 new games, right? You couldn't put Space Marine 2. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't put something like that there that a lot of people loved. It was a phenomenal game. I mean, look, I already knew a game like Hellblade 2 wasn't going to be on there, or Stalker 2, and Indiana Jones is too late. you know, they celebrating the games at 2024, and a 2024 release game isn't even good enough to make it. Yeah, it's just no, they just make stuff up as they go, man. They, and that's why it's so hard to get as upset as a lot of people were. Because I'm just looking like, guys, they do something goofy every year, right? And then after the show releases, people say, then people go bitching like, hey, this show doesn't even celebrate the gaming community. This, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking around like, guys, have y'all seen what Jeff Keighley has done? All his products suck. The Summer Games Fest has been an unbelievably awful replacement for E3. I'll never understand how E3 was celebrated. Its death was celebrated, man. Because the replacement Summer Games Fest, terrible. And none of them has been even close to good. And every summer, the reaction is the same. The only showcase people end up liking is the Microsoft Xbox showcase. Everything else is just the reaction of, oh man, why did I even watch this? Or they'll have hostility, almost hostile to it. And then you look at Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom of out there in I believe Germany for Gamescom, and obviously Tokyo Game Shows in Tokyo, and they're beloved and they're phenomenal. And the same thing here with the Game Awards. Look, if you're a developer and you released a great game this year, just be happy that you released a great game all alone merits, man. I hope the game was successful. I hope it made money, but if you feel let down by this, don't, because you're dealing with someone who's running a show, an element of the show that's just to for ad revenue. And I know there's a subject, percentage of people who respects the hustle, right? They look at things like that and go, man, you know what? I'm not even. Hey, what's up, Spawn? Hey, I'm good, man. Hope you're good too. And yeah, so chat, yeah, you guys be vocal. And I know it's late. I know it's late. So if you stop by, and I appreciate it. But anyway, back to the main topic here. Uh, oh yeah, we go through this every year. And I, if game devs, if you released a great game, like I said, just be happy about that. That you put out a great game for millions of gamers to enjoy. Because Game Pass had a phenomenal year. There are a lot of just excellent games that got a lot of hate, unnecessarily hate, right? And like this was a weird year because more so than probably any year has there been a lot of games that I played, I love, but like got a lot of hate out there, and usually for some goofy reason. Uh, but yeah, man. Shiznoli said, I think devs pay more attention to the BAFTAs and the other awards, like the joystick awards and all that. Yeah, they have to. Well, the thing about the game awards is that they are the most public, right? They're the most public. They're the ones that get the most attention. They get new game reveals and new trailers and release dates. Hell, The Game Awards was where Xbox showed off the Series X for the first time, right? And I think that's where Hellblade 2 was showed off for the first time. Just to put it into perspective of how the Game Awards is kind of marketed these days. So that's why I say, if there are devs who kind of feel upset about that, don't. They'll get their respect in other awards show. They will, because that's just how but unfortunately, those other awards, they're not getting the same press, they're not getting the same love, they're not getting the same money thrown towards it. So I could 100% see publishers and devs seeing this as an opportunity to get their game out there. Now, they better not lie again this year and say that they had more viewers than the Super Bowl. I think it was last year they said they had like 120 million viewers or something. Like, get the fuck out my face with that, Jeff Keighley. We ain't doing that this year. Have you ever played NBA Ballers? NBA Ballers. I'm not sure. I did play games like NBA Street, like NBA Street Volume 2, one of the best basketball games ever. I don't remember playing NBA Ballers though. I don't remember playing that one. But yeah, NBA Street and Volume 2, 100%. But Ballers, man, maybe, and I just don't remember. And if that's the case, that kind of shows what kind of impression that game left on me. Yeah, but when I think of arcade basketball games, I think of NBA Jam and NBA Street. The Street series, man. Now those were some excellent games. They truly were. Yeah, but yeah, good question there, Smon. But and so back to what Shizno said, man, about how devs pay more attention to BAFTAs and other awards shows. I hope they do. I hope they do. Because I mean, DLC in Game of the Year nomination, that's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? That's unjustifiable to me in any stretch. I don't care how good a DLC is. It should never take a spot of other legitimately great games that were released, right? That should be a hell no for anyone. But that's the stuff that's the type of stuff that makes it hard to take these award shows seriously and to get any passionate about this. Like this is not the equivalent of an actor winning the Oscars or Emmys or anything like that, right? Or for music, the Grammys, right? It's just you want a game of the year, cool. Hey, I won it now. The only good thing that comes out of that is that when you I don't even know if it's a good thing anymore because people don't buy physical. But years ago you could put Game of the Year awards on the complete edition of a game when you re-release that physically. That's always a good marketing, right? Hey, our game won 100 games of the year. What game was obnoxious with that? The Batman Arkham games. I remember seeing those in store, and the cover was just labeled all over 100 Game of the Year's awards. This, and that. Best game at E3 2011. It was so obnoxious, right? And it made the cover art ugly. It made the cover art ugly as hell, man. It used to, look, here's an example. Oh, hold on. Let me get that image, man. Let me show you how obnoxious it was. It used to drop. I thought like, come on, you can't tell me this is one of the ugliest video game cases ever. Look at this. Look at this Game of the Year edition, 10 out of 10, 5 out of this. You used to be able to do this when your game won awards. This obnoxious bullshit. I'm kind of glad that's not a thing. Oh, I always hated seeing this cover in stores, man. This is just ridiculous. Who'd want to pull out their game collection and see this horse shit? This looks like the cover of a magazine. But I digress. Varun Kai Spy said, went to San Francisco on Flight Simulator and the graphical upgrade is huge. Also got out of my plane in Japan, Hillside, and the graphics on the ground are surprisingly really good for Flight Sim. Yo, that's incredible. Because I remember, look, because Flight Sim 2020, brilliant game, right? But yeah, but sometimes when you got a little too close, you could kind of see the flaws in the graphics. But that's because it's about flight simulator, not literally landing your plane and looking around simulator. But I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna probably have. I'm pretty sure that game is like 200 gigabytes or something, right? I'm gonna have to download that and give it a try. Yeah, but Flight Simulator. Then one day later, Stalker 2 releases, and Stalker 2 is extremely atmospheric, man. That game is atmospheric like crazy. Gorgeous game too. I'm really happy that the devs are able to release it because they got the war in Ukraine out there, right? And and this is what I mean. Xbox had another phenomenal year, and what's crazy is that 2025 is looking even better somehow. And yeah, and yeah, keep it up, chat, man. I'm gonna address every comment tonight. Um, Let me see something here. All right, hold on. So Shino Lisa, yeah, hate those covers. Yeah, man, yeah. It's and I think another game that did this was Dragon Age Inquisition. I think their cover was like that too when they did the Game of the Year edition of it, right? I think that cover was also obnoxious, where it had all this plastering. Look how many awards we won. You know, look at it. Nigga. Buy our game because IGN gave it Game of the Year, which man, but and that's kind of and that's another thing, and seeing how it's used as a marketing tool more so than a celebration is another reason why the Game Awards are kind of irrelevant to me, right? And I think it's relevant with most people. I 100% believe that people will tune into the Game Awards for the reveals. You know what I'm saying? They aren't sitting there anticipating, oh, what game is going to win Best Art Direction? That ain't happening. That ain't happening one iota. The only award that kind of has some merit is the Game of the Year award because I've never heard anybody say, "Yo, I can't believe Forza won Best Racing Game." No, nobody says that. Nobody says, "Man, I'm so glad Overwatch won best online multiplayer game, whatever kind of award it will win." Yeah, just ruined a great looking cover. Yeah, man. Yeah, like if this just the standard with Batman wiping off the blood when that white silhouette, that would be gorgeous. And then you plastered all this Game of the Year nonsense on it, and bright fucking red too. Oh, that's the worst offender of it. Exactly. 21 was great, but 24 is on a lower level. The tech on that game is insane. Yeah, I hear that game is running damn near exclusively through the cloud too. Spy. So that's another factor. So yeah, for anyone joining in, again, this is one of them nights hanging out with the chat, addressing every comment. So be vocal tonight, man. We talk about whatever's on your mind. Whatever's on your mind. Spawn said, "Man, it's getting real cold in Houston. Unlimited. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only going to last a few days. But by the weekend, it's going to be back in the 80s. So enjoy being cold while it lasts, man. Because yeah, it's one of those type of fall and winter years where it's going to be like 85 during Thanksgiving. Can't get in the holiday or Christmas spirit with that. Nothing Christmassy about that 85-degree weather. Surprisingly, Flight Sim 24 isn't a big file as 20 was. It's only about 28 gigabyte. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's because so much of it is running on the cloud that they're able to compress it a bit, and it could run a smaller file installed on your Xbox. Let me Matter of fact, let me download that game while I got it going. But yeah, I'm actually really surprised to hear that because I know Flight Sim, that bad boy was what, over 100 gigabytes easily, easily. So yeah, so hearing that it's about 28, that's actually kind of insane. Speaking of, I still want to get Veilguard. It looks good, but I'm overrun with games. Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%. I was just playing Veilguard before I went live. Um, I'm what 50, 60 hours in, having a blast with the game. Yeah, man, Veilguard, man, that game's great, 100%. And that's the thing. When it comes to me, listen, I'm like the antithesis of most of these YouTubers who get wrapped up in if you will, and I hate putting it this way, but I don't know any way to put it, the politics of gaming. You know, like having black characters and female characters and gay characters don't bother me to the extent it does them. And then playing Veilguard, like, dude, I'm what 50, 60 hours in, and really, I think only Tash is the only one that is, that on the nose type, annoying shit, like where she literally, she literally at one point says she don't feel like a woman or something. Like, God, come on, writers, don't be that on the nose. You got to be a bit more subtle. Add some subtlety to it. You know. But other than that, it's not something that bothers me to the extent it bothers everybody else on YouTube, where they rage over that shit. I'm just like, dude, if the game's fun, you underestimate how little I care when the game's that damn fun. When games like Space Marine 2 is fun. Um, I just picked up because they got the early Black Friday sales, especially on Amazon has some. By the way, if you're a physical owner, check out Amazon's Black Friday sales right now. They got some really good stuff, man. They got. I might even talk about it a little bit because Amazon. I was actually pretty surprised because Black Friday sales, admittedly, been a little weak these last few years. But Amazon, man, even with this early Black Friday, they had some good stuff. I was impressed. I was real impressed. Because something like Armored Core 6, for example, is $20. Yo, I was yeah, they got some pretty good deals, man. I might actually talk about that for a little bit. 'Cause I think Amazon Black Friday might be better than the Xbox stores. That's how good they are this year. Surprisingly awesome. Did Hellblade 2 get nominated for anything? I believe so. But again, and actually, Coco Fane, your question actually brings up the excellent point. Um, it really proves how the only award people really care about is the actual Game of the Year award, because that's the only one that's getting outraged. If there was a separate category of best DLC, and something like Shattered Space and the Elden Ring DLC was on it, I think people would be cool with that, but not for Game of the Year, not for an actual game. And then the twist and turn your narratives to fit it. It's like, come on now, Jeff, stop the nonsense. And that's why for me it's like, well, the nonsense has kind of always been there, right? The nonsense has always been there with this dude. And so since it's an annual thing that I swear every year we go through this. Every year there's something. Um, Veronica Shiznoli said, waiting for Veilguard to hit EA Play on Game Pass in 6 months after launch. I really want to try it. Oh yeah, that's a great way to play it. That's a real good way to play this when it hits EA Play, because that's how a lot of people played games like Wild Hearts and Immortals of Avium, because people didn't buy those games like that. When they hit Game Pass and finally played it, oh yeah, they ended up saying, "Oh man, this is a great game." Yeah, so that's the beauty of Game Pass, man. When it hits Game Pass, and it's very common for games to hit Game Pass and have this huge spike in player base. And the Game Pass has gotten even better this week because you can now play your own games. Games that you already own on cloud gaming. And by the way, I was trying it. I'm not the biggest cloud gamer, But I tried it, and I must say, my reaction to it was, when did cloud gaming get this good? I mean, the damn thing was smooth. I'm expecting it to be janky as hell, or have some stuttering, or still be a work in process. No, it is smooth. It's surprisingly smooth. Cloud gaming has improved a lot. So shout out to Xbox. Um, and I think what's that? I know I got it installed on my PC. Uh, GeForce. Yeah, GeForce Now. That's it. GeForce now. With GeForce Now, I think you got to pay for the best version. But that could do 4K, like 120 frames per second level. Level cloud gaming, from my understanding, right? It's really, and that's where I think that's where Xbox is trying to get. Hell, I think Xbox would be cool even if it was like 4K 60 level, but still, the evolution of cloud gaming has been really good. And here's the thing, but I know the elephant in the room with cloud gaming is that a lot of people think it's going to replace natively gaming, installing your games or putting the disc in however you play. No, 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 no. All cloud gaming is going to be the next evolution on how you access your games. I don't for a second believe that that Xbox is trying to be Google Stadia. Because remember, with Google Stadia, that was all cloud, and it was a like how you bought games was super weird because you still needed your monthly subscription even with the games you bought or something like that. That was the case with even single player games, and that model didn't work. But this model of, because with your Xbox game you could play them offline, unless it's a multiplayer game type style. Like if I could turn off my internet if something happens to my internet, but I still got power. I could play Veldgar, no problem. Let's play Starfield, no problem. Play Gotham Knights, no problem, right? Um, and even digitally, you could play these games offline digitally if they're like the more single player games that don't require internet. Uh, so with Xbox, this is just the evolution because this is something people has asked for. Xbox quit going to play anywhere route, and hell, even I've been saying now that I got a PC, and my PC graphic card is pretty good. It's the RTX 4070 Ti Super, right? And I'm sitting here like, okay, if you're pushing the play now stuff, the this your new initiative, um, then go ahead and make all my games playable this way. Because currently with the play anywhere, I think about 50 digital games I own, right, are only play anywhere accessible. And then you add the cloud stuff, and when I tried, I was when I say I was surprisingly blown away by cloud, by how good cloud looked. I'm telling you, it sold me a bit more. It sold me a bit more. Now for how I game, um, I still prefer running it off my Xbox. Give me all the bells and whistles that come with it. Um, you know, give me all that comes with gaming. But it was really cool. And another thing that what else I tried? And by the way, streaming games through your Xbox console isn't active yet, but they said it's coming in 2025. But I still through Game Pass Ultimate, I still tried streaming some games on my old Xbox One because I got that plugged in another room, and it's kind of used more as a media than for gaming. But still, I was streaming some of my Series X games that aren't compatible with the Xbox One, and that was running really well. Starfield was looking really good on it. Tales of Arise was looking really good on it. That game just hit another game that just hit Game Pass this week. That really popular free to play game, Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact was running on my Xbox One through cloud gaming, right? You guys played Genshin Impact? Is that for you? I don't know if it's for me, man. I try to play it a little bit, but there's something about them free to play stuff that just I don't know. It's like once I start seeing all that gimmicky stuff, it kind of loses me a little almost immediately. If Genshin Impact was a traditional RPG like Visions of Mana, I probably would have ate that up more so than the style it is now. Spawn said the reason why I hate the Cold Unlimited is because I get real sick. Yeah. That's how it is. And then here, man, down here, that weather be changing in a snap of a finger. So it's like one night it'll be. I mean, last night it was as cold as like 39 or something like that. Really nice and chilly. By Saturday, it's gonna be 80, 82. That Texas weather for you. Spy. Yeah, was thinking the same. It looks good. Cool. Glad to hear you're liking Veilguard. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hellblade got a few nominations. Can't remember which, but it's a fruit. Yeah, that's because realistically, and that's not a shot at Hellblade. It was a brilliant game, but realistically, nobody cares about the other award stuff, right? Nobody cares about the other award stuff, and so people really only care about the actual game of the year, um, and that's kind of about it. Coco Fiend said, "Word, bro. Still the graphics are next level, very beautiful." And I think he's referring to Flight Simulator 24, 2024. Yeah, I got Flight Simulator downloaded now that you guys been hyping it up, man. So I'm gonna jump into that for a little bit when I'm done here tonight. She's at least said, "I can't believe DLC don't have its own category after all these years and all the awesome experiences we got." Exactly, Shizno. You think the the people who are running this would have these kind of categories will evolve with the categories as gaming evolve, but no, they do goofy stuff like make a DLC a game of the year contender, and then have this stupid ass justification for it, right? And then they wonder why nobody actually cares about these awards and just kind of might tune in just for because remember last year that's how we got the Blade announcement, right? That's how we got the Blade announcement from Arkane Studios. Um, and that's the stuff and that's the thing. After the Gaming Awards ends, all people are going to talk about is what was revealed, and most likely what Xbox revealed. Let's be real, because the last few years that's what it was. It was Xbox who come and showcase something. Blue Area went away, and that's all they talked about, whether good or bad. And that's kind of what this Game Award has turned into. Yeah, Hellblade 2 has amazing graphics. Yeah, man. Yeah, it really did. So I wouldn't be surprised that its nominee was best graphics of the year or something. Varun Kai Spy said, "Oh, Starfield just enabled a lot of mods to be achievement friendly and came out with a new quest and vehicle. I really enjoyed the new free quest." Yeah, yeah. I see a lot of Starfield is one of those games, and I think it's not only is it Xbox exclusive, but it's Bethesda as well, where Starfield gets a lot of unnecessary hate, even though it's a brilliant game. Like it was my 2023 game of the year, for example. I love the game. I love the updates, you know, and and I don't know what people it's got mod support now, even on Xbox. It's got the 60 frames per second update, something that we didn't even think was going to happen. It's got the great DLC expansion. It's an excellent game, right? But it's Bethesda, and I and the thing with these Bethesda games is that other than Skyrim was beloved when it came out, but some of the other ones, they get love years later, like a Fallout 4. I remember people used to shit on Fallout 4 at the time, and now it's an extremely loved game. You know what I'm saying? And the same's going to happen to Starfield. GeForce is the best performing cloud from what I read. Xbox Cloud's gotten a lot better the last couple of years. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. GeForce now does have the best cloud gaming feature. And hell, if you're on Game Pass Ultimate on PC, or PC Game Pass, whatever the hell they call it now, if you're on that, Shizno, you could run your games through GeForce now. So there's a lot of integration with Xbox and these other platforms. And then Microsoft may buy Steam or Ubisoft or EA or whoever they're preparing to buy. So yeah, Genshin has some great gameplay, but I'm not a fan of pay to win. Yeah, that's the perfect way to sum it up. Just know, thank you for putting it better than I could, because that's the perfect way to sum it up, man. where uh, you know, Genshin Impact. It on it, like I said, if Genshin Impact was just a traditional JRPG, I would probably eat it up, right? Because one of my favorite games this year was Visions of Mana, and then right after I beat Visions of Mana on Game Pass, they launched Tales Trials of Mana and Legends of Mana. So now I'm a fan of the Mana series, all thanks to Visions of Mana, a game that you know maybe back then I wouldn't have given a second look to, but thanks to Xbox and Game Pass and reaching out to this Japanese developers, they won me over, right? And the same could have happened with Genshin if it didn't have the free to play nonsense in it. And from my understanding, it's a huge game, so I'm in the minority with that opinion apparently. But yeah, once I saw that free to play nonsense in it, it's just no, I was like, 100 gigabytes for this. I mean, I kid you not, the game is 100 gigabytes on Xbox. Your PC will be useful in case you ever don't like an Xbox port, but there are some shoddy PC ports sometimes, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because I swear, anytime there's drama around a port, it feels like it's always the PC version when a game releases. And that's the version that kind of pisses people off the most is when the PC version isn't running the best. So that's all. So that's kind of a weird dichotomy, right? I don't know what goes into that. I'm not a big enough PC gamer to tell you the ins and out on why that's the case. On why the PC port seems to have the harshest release, but the console ports will often be fine upon release. But whatever the case, but the thing with PC is that I fully admit now that Xbox is like, guys, we're going to put we want our games to be accessible everywhere. Having a comparable PC feels nice. And hell, I've played some games, right? Spy, where like example, Starfield. Playing Starfield on ultra settings, it did look great. It did look and run great, right? Um, and I did that with a lot of games. I tried a PC version and it looks great. Not good. I admit it hasn't been good enough to the point where I'm ditching my console. But to be fair, I got so many. I'm so tied to Xbox that So Xbox would have to really, really, really screw up royally or go the way of Sega or something for me to ditch the Xbox platform. Because and then as they continue to be more seamless with everything, Spy, it really is going to be even harder for me to leave Xbox because if they reach the point where literally every Xbox game I own is play anywhere, yo, then that means that I could just jump on my PC anytime through my Xbox or whatever the case is. Because I got one of my controllers tied to my PC, so I could just grab the controller and start gaming if I want to. But yeah, everything you said was spot on there, man. Coco Fiend said, "I'm only excited for the trailers." Yeah, yeah, Coco, and I believe that's the case with most people with the awards show. It's all about the trailers and reveals. It's not about who wins last year best audio game. No, I don't think none of y'all could tell me that without googling it. What game won best audio? Because nobody cares. You know, the only award people remember is the game of the year, and I think Baldur's Gate 3 won last year, and I remember because I predicted that since the game first hit. That was game of the year last year. What's something everyone wants to see announced or shown? You know what? I'd be happy with Coco Fiend because Xbox has announced so much that they could kind of slow down on the announcement. I want to see release dates, man. Oh, no. Let me take that back. I want to see more of Clockwork Revolution. That's what I want to see more of because we're now seeing more Fable. By the way, the Fable previews. Apparently, Fable's they're saying Fable's excellent, right? And that's coming out next year. Let's see. I know I saw something recently about Fable, man. About how it's looking good. We South of Midnight. They just showed something with that. The They just showed South of Midnight recently. That looks phenomenal. We saw the Avowed previews today. Oh, that was that was brilliant. Uh, I mean, guys, when I tell you I consumed everything Avowed as I could today, I really did. Right? Avowed. Listen, like I said, if Avowed isn't my game of the year next year, then that must mean whatever games topped it must have been spectacular to another level. Um, Perfect. I think Phil confirmed Perfect Dart's coming out next year. So Clockwork Revolution, that Coco Fiend, that's gonna be my next game for them to showcase heavily, and I would love to see more of that because if y'all remember the first reveal, that game had a lot of in-game gameplay, and to me it just looked a lot more complete than it did. And as we found, and let's not forget, how not long ago, maybe a week or two ago, Microsoft confirmed. Actually, I think it was last week. Microsoft Phil Spencer said, "Look, Avowed was delayed not because of development problems, but because we didn't know where to put it, when to launch it, right?" And as we see how I mean, this week alone, we just have Flight Simulator and Stalker 2 back to back with the announcement of cloud gaming for games you own and a preview of Avowed. So you see how it could be difficult sometimes to for Microsoft to know when to release games, how to release games, when to properly market it, and so forth. And so I think that might be the case with these other 2025 games. And but but my thing, Coco thing, I think next year, the early release game is obviously Avowed in February. I think in May, South of Midnight's going to come out in May. September's going to be Fable. And then I wouldn't mind if they end the year with I wouldn't mind if they end the year with what's that game called? Oh, Clockwork Revolution. I wouldn't mind that at all. Give me a second here, guys. Yeah, so give me 1 second here, everyone. So Shizdali says Starfield is going to be around for years. Can't wait for what else but that's the bills for it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, look at how Bethesda has treated Skyrim, man. I mean, they've resold that game like what 3 generations in a row now. They got to slow down on that bullshit, but yeah, they resold the heck out of that game. Starfield is my top 3 games and inspired my username. Yeah, yeah, I know. I have over 19 new game plus playthroughs in Starfield because there's pivotal new story content beyond multiple playthroughs. It's a flawed masterpiece. Oh, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, and one thing I always enjoy about the new game plus spy is seeing what changes are made. Because there's been people who they went into met themselves in another universe and things like that. It's really neat. Starfield, it really is a brilliant game, and it was my game of the year last year for a reason. I had a excellent time with it, and and if people felt some way about it, then so be it. So be it. Avowed, can't wait for Avowed. Let's go. Yeah, guys, if y'all don't know, Avowed has been the number one Microsoft game they've showcased since 2020. So by the time it released, it'd be nearly about 5 years since it was first shown. So imagine hyping up a game for 5 years. That's how hype I've been for Avowed. Since the moment it was shown, I've been saying as loud as I can that Obsidian is going to cook with this game. They don't make bad games. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then after playing games like The Outer Worlds, which I loved, and Grounded, which I love, I think Avowed is going to be even better than those games. And then what's great is that the game is seeming to be a bit bigger than people thought. Uh, right? Hey, Everyone, welcome Phase 114. I think this is his first week with me on this channel specifically. But yeah, but don't worry, chat. We're still interacting with you guys, so keep the comments going. But Phase, man, what's up?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. How's my audio?
Oh yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Cool, man. I'm chilling.
Yeah, yeah. So man, Phase, we're just talking some
Get some
Xbox.
Xbox.
There's a bit of an echo there.
How about now?
Yeah. Do you have? Are you listening to me or something on the in the background or what?
Yeah, I had a speaker on earlier, and I just turned it off,
Okay.
so now I can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. 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 There's no echo now. But yeah, man. But yeah, we're just talking some echo. I mean, not some echo. Some Xbox. And hanging with the chat. Coco Fiend said I want to see more Clockwork Revolution as well. But yeah, man. Anything on your mind?
Not really. I mean, I like that. I like that. All that drama that they was talking about with the Xbox Anywhere
Hmm.
last week, and now all of a sudden they added that feature that they're starting to add games that
Yeah.
we actually own on to the cloud servers, and I think that's pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't see no media talking about that much, so I just found that very odd.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, last year they used all their energy on that for the drama aspect, right? To get people, and then it didn't even make sense because I see Nintendo people were upset about this, and I'm just like, how do Nintendo people? They always talk about, oh, I could play my Switch on the go and or docked, right? They understand that, but they can't understand Xbox having you play your games through on your phone or tablet or PC or console. Don't make any sense to me.
Nah, it doesn't at all. I mean, anybody that will be complaining over that is just really dumb. I mean, it's definitely a plus. The fact that you could play your games anywhere and use the servers wherever you need. That's definitely a positive. I don't see how anybody could spin that as a negative.
Yeah, yeah. It's only a negative because Xbox is doing it. That's probably that's the crux of it. If Xbox wasn't doing, if PlayStation did this first, they'd all be ready to play on their. They'll be showing how they're playing games on their phone and all this stuff. But since Xbox is pushing gaming forward, um, now all of a sudden, it's big drama.
Yeah, just the same way like now like streaming is cool now because they allow it on the portal, right?
Yeah,
That's just crazy, man. But anyway, waiting for the negativity. I mean, I saw that Avow, it got a lot of good. It's getting a lot of good feedback, so that's definitely a positive.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we were talking about before you got in was Avowed. Because look, I'm going to wax poetic about Avowed. Like I said, I don't know if you heard me before you got in. That game was showcased almost 5 years ago in 2020, and I've been hyping it up since then. So I've been waiting for this game. This is the number one Xbox game I've wanted to play since the generation started. Right. Of all the games they've shown, and they've shown a lot of brilliant games, this was number one. This was even bigger for me than Starfield before it released. And
Oh,
Starfield
definitely,
was a hit for them, because this
definitely.
is something new. And then people don't really, I don't think people realize Obsidian's great history with RPGs outside of Fallout New Vegas. They don't realize that they made South Park: The Stick of Truth, or Knights of the Old Republic 2, or Alpha Protocol, right?
Right.
But now with Avowed, they're finally gonna get that huge spotlight that I think they deserve.
You know what it is too. Like I think that that's one of the out of the when they made the acquisition,
Hmm.
that was one of the biggest that was one of the studios that I was most excited about, right?
Yeah.
Obsidian and the other one. What's the one that's doing the one that's doing the Indiana Jones?
Oh,
Um
Machine Gun Games from Machine Gun Games from Bethesda.
yeah, man, cuz I always looked at those two and I always thought, man, like you know what? Like them with the budget and the freedom that they have is perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I mean, I think Avowed too. I don't know if that will. They put a lot of love TLC into that game. I don't know if that's gonna end up being a multi, going to other platforms, maybe the PC, but I'm not sure. You know. I would like to see that one. Just to be selfish, I would like to see that one only on our side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not every game's going to go to Xbox. So whatever they pick and choose, they'll pick and choose. It's out of our control on
Yeah,
that. And that's just because where the industry's going, basically. But
yeah.
yeah, Shiz Elite said Avowed Fable, South of Midnight. Oh my goodness, Xbox is on fire.
Oh
Uh,
hell yeah.
yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things that I did want to talk about as well is how Xbox of all, you know what, I've loved this generation of Xbox. I don't care how many videos say, man, the ninth generation has really sucked. I mean, gaming just isn't the same. Why does gaming suck now? And I'm playing all these brilliant games year after year after year, and I'm saying this the best Xbox has been since the 360 days. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, another thing too. I think that with this generation, I think something that held us back was people seem to forget too that one, the budgets of the games are so high that they want to make sure that the quality of the games are perfect, right? Because they want to make sure they get that return on investment. Second, we got held back a lot because of that pandemic.
yeah.
So there's a lot of games that any other normal generation they probably would have been out already. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? But it's like now we're getting like stuff that was held back and they were working on. They pick up the pieces. Shout out to Microsoft at least. Like they were able to give them that time. They got the money to give the studios that time to make the games
Yeah,
and to come out
yeah,
quality.
exactly. And they did mind, and they took a lot. Microsoft took a lot of heat when they when they delay a game or so, but it turns out to be the right decision. Release them when they're ready, release them when they could best be successful, and let's enjoy it. Because look, it sucked that my most anticipated game this year was delayed till next year. Oh yeah, it did. But February is going to be here, and I'm gonna just play it then, and I'm gonna love it then. And after seeing the previews, I'm even more hyped for it. Because it's looking to be even more expansive than I thought, and it's just a incredible RPG. Not a Souls like or anything goofy like that. I'm not a Souls fan, so if you like Souls stuff, ignore that comment. It's not a Souls like or none of that stuff. It's just a traditional fantasy RPG. Sign me up. It looks great. It looks like I'll be able to build my character how I want, which is exactly what I like. Hell, they're even saying in the previews, you could be as good at evil as you want. And as much as I'm loving Dragon Age, that's something that you can't do in that game is really be evil. But I don't do evil playthroughs often, so that don't really mean too much to me. But it's just nice that your character has a little edge. Is the best way I put it. So yeah, Valve. It's looking like I said. If that don't end up being my game of the year, then whatever tops it must have been just like this next level, incredible game, right?
Coco Fiend, Towerborn, yeah, is coming out 2025.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think they got a demo on PC right now for Tireborn as well.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, that I got to look more into that game because I've been so caught up with other stuff. But it looks really good. From what I've seen, it looks really good. You
Yeah.
know, it looks really, really good. I mean, do they have an exact date for when Towerborn's coming out?
No,
Like,
not yet. Not
just
yet.
the year, right? 2025, but they don't have the exact date, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's most likely going to come out early 2025.
Yeah, yeah, that's good, man. The only complaint I saw one reviewer say about Valve was that it was kind of stupid. That the weapons look too small on their hands.
Yeah. I don't.
that
That
was
actually.
that was a stupid thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, come
Yeah.
on.
That axe in the on the screenshot on screen looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks good to me too, man.
Yeah.
You know, that I mean, I can't wait. That's another game that I'm into because you know what it is too. Like, I think talking with you and stuff like
Hmm.
that, I've been getting this year. I've gotten more into RPGs than
Yeah.
other type of games lately. Like I appreciate
Yeah.
that more. And Towerborn's coming out at the right time right now.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's the
Um.
only other thing.
Let's see. Spawn said, "Hey, unlimited off-topic question: which horror movie, in your opinion, is the scariest movie ever made?" When I was a kid, Candyman used to scare my ass, man. But my dad, my dad used to scare the fuck out of me with Candyman. So I guess I'll go there because that's the one that I remember really being scared of as a kid was Candyman. And by the way, the actor who played him passed away recently.
Yeah, he did. That guy. Yeah, he did pass away.
Yeah.
You know what though? Not for nothing. I'm a little older, so I'm like
Hmm.
you know that the what's that new guy? The
Hmm.
Terrifier, the meme guy.
Terrifier. Which
Yeah,
guy?
what's the new one that it just recently came out? It just recently came out on Halloween. Damn. Let me see. Hold on. I keep forgetting the guy's name. The one with the meme guy, the guy that don't talk.
The guy who don't is it with Jason,
No, it's
Michael Myers.
not Michael Myers. He's in that same thing, but he's like one of the new ones. Like those movies is crazy. Um, I'm looking it up right now, so I'm looking it up as I speak. Um, I'm looking it up as I speak right now. If somebody could help out in the chat, I mean, let me
Hmm.
see. Hold on, I think I got it here. I think I got it right here. Um, yeah, no. It's the guy. Damn, what's the guy's name? He's he's a meme guy. Like not a meme, a mime, not a meme, a mime. Um,
Yeah,
duh, duh,
I
duh,
have
duh,
no
duh.
clue you're talking about.
Yeah. No. You'll know when I come up with it. It just came out, but when I remember the name, I'll bring it up.
Hmm.
But like not for nothing too. Those Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies were really like
Oh yeah.
you know
Yeah, those are always good.
the more gore the better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shizn't Elite said pandemic really screwed a lot of the devs and pushed so many games back. Xbox took a lot of crap for the delays. Yeah. We saw the effect of that for like 3 years after the pandemic ended. But but that's the reason just know that we also these last few years have had just this stacked amount of release after release after release after release. It feels like because they were now able to finally release these games, and so we and plus we all have the same issue where our backlog is so big we just can't keep up with everything. That's why every time I do a podcast, someone's telling me, "Yeah, I'll play that game later." Or I'll wait till it hit Game Pass, or I'll wait till it's on sale, because they're too busy playing something else. So that's what always baffled me about the people who say that gaming now sucks. Maybe the games you play suck, but gaming as a whole, no. We get a more variety of games. We're getting more games than ever. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many games we can't keep up. Listen, if you're a fan of like old school beat 'em ups, look at all the beat 'em ups that are coming out or that came out. That there's a
Yeah,
Power Rangers one coming out in December, a GI Joe one that I think either just released or is coming out, and that's not counting all the countless beat 'em ups or shoot 'em ups or RPGs. The only genres to me that really suck are sports games. I think all of them are terrible, unfortunately, these days. You know,
I agree.
And- yeah, when they all sold themselves to that the my ultimate team stuff and that and all that. That's when devs just stopped caring about making the games fun and instead making them addicting. Because that shit is basically just gambling, right?
Yeah,
And then the most ridiculous thing phase is that you don't take they spend hundreds some thousands on these my ultimate teams and my team whatever they call it virtual currency in 2K, and the game don't translate to the next year's game. And
exactly.
I don't understand how people play sports games. Other than that, and even that's more of my opinion because the people who love it love it.
Yeah, but that's more for the that's more for the casuals. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the casuals, they want to play a game for like 30 minutes, an hour, and put the game down, and they play that one game. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I agree to double back on what you were saying with this with the way gaming is now. I will argue that it is better than before because there's a little bit of something for everybody, like you
Yeah.
said. Like especially now. Um, I'm old enough to remember when primarily the triple A games were like
Hmm.
the thing. You know what I mean to
Yeah.
play. Now, you know, now th- there's so many. you could pick your path now. It's like so many indie games are out now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then
Yep.
like so many indie games are out right now that are so good, and they like, and there's something for everybody. Like you said, you want to play 2D games, you got 2D games you could play. You want to play fighters, you could play fighters. You could play
Mm-hmm.
brawlers. You could wait for the AAA games. Um, you could wait for those, and it's crazy now because when you look at it, I feel in a way that because I'm a guy, I like indie games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel sometimes that like the AAA games are somewhat limited because
Right.
of the budget that they have. That sometimes they're so scared to lose out. They're so scared to lose out on that investment that they
Yeah.
play it kind of safe. Where as an indie game, the budget is cheaper, so they could take more risks because they're not
Mm-hmm.
losing as much as the big AAA games that take 5 years to make.
Right.
Terrifier. See, he just commented the Terrifier.
Ah,
Terrifier 3. That's the one
Terrifier.
that just came out.
Okay.
That movie is crazy.
Yeah.
That movie's crazy. That's a sick one. That's a sick dude. I don't want to curse in your channel.
Nah, nah. This ain't a PG channel.
Yeah, that's a sick
Yeah,
motherfucker, bro.
yeah, yeah. You don't need a sense. Listen, this is the one YouTube channel. You don't got to worry about censoring yourself. You don't got to say stupid shit like unalive or whatever stupid ass shit people be saying nowadays. If
Yeah,
if if there's something on your mind, speak it. I don't care what you say. You
I
know what I'm
hear
saying?
you.
Tuck. People don't realize, dude. Do you know how many times Tuck called Sony fanboys faggots on this channel? Like YouTube, my channel's tiny. YouTube ain't gonna do nothing to me.
Nah, it's the super big channels that they go after. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
They're the ones who self-censor themselves. Like I mean, they that's their career. So I'm not gonna call them pussies over it. But yeah,
Coco Fiend just left you another question.
oh yeah, he said with video games going to the small screen, would y'all watch a Gears of War show? Look, I mean, I watched some of the Halo show. I watched that Arcane show on. Matter of fact, I watched a number of them video games. I really like the animated stuff on Netflix, except for Dragon Age Absolution. I think it was called. That was horrible. But other than
Isn't
that, the
isn't
Castlevania show
there
was good.
isn't there a Gears show coming out on
I
Netflix?
don't know. I don't
I
know.
heard there. I believe there's a Gears show. Um, Netflix, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Gears of War TV series. I just
yeah.
looked at it on Wiki. Yeah, there is a Gears of War.
Oh, that's what's up. So, yeah. So yeah. When it comes, I'll definitely be watching it
Yeah,
there.
there's a Gears of War
Couple
show
of them.
coming out on Netflix. Yep.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. Because I like a lot of the stuff. That I don't even play League of Legends, but I enjoyed that Arcane animated show. That's really good. So yeah. There's good stuff going on, man. And the transition. Look, it's not the '90s or the early 2000s where the adaptations. For some reason, when they did video game adaptations, they did their best not to adapt the actual video games. Like you remember the Super Mario movie
Oh, that
as
was
a kid?
horrible.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was terrible.
You
That
know,
was
it's
terrible, man.
it's so bad that Nintendo is trying to erase that from people's memory. Like
Yeah,
you don't see any promotion for it or nothing.
nothing.
Um, you know what the thing
I mean, the only thing that I like was John Leguizamo as
like with Zamo as
Luigi.
Luigi?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was good. Other than that, that movie was terrible.
Mario shouldn't have a gun. It just
Yeah.
now. it doesn't. It didn't look good. I was like, nah, you
Oh
messed it up for
man.
me, man. You know what it is though, too. I think now because of all the failures in the past from the old comic book movies and stuff like that,
Hmm.
w- um, the the video game movies are gonna benefit from it, and a lot of studios now they have enough common sense to get input from people that actually made the games.
Yeah.
Like right now when I was just googling the Gears of War series, it
Mhm.
says that the coalition is helping out with the show.
Oh, nice.
So like that right there, it will sell me on it, right? And then same thing with like the Sonic movie.
Hmm.
They had like people from they had input from the creators and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
So it makes the movie better. Where back in the
Yes.
days, yeah,
Yes.
back in the days, they just
Yeah.
wanted to use the license for money.
Yeah. And they were never good.
Never
The,
good.
I mean, the Resident Evil movies had like 7 of them, and I don't think any of them were ever that great.
No.
And I saw some of them in theaters,
Mm.
and even I would walk out like, "Ooh, ugh."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right though. I mean, at least now they
Yeah,
got more
me,
common sense to depend on the
yeah,
source material.
yeah.
And
What was that lady's name? I think it was Mila Jovovich or something like that, who started the movies. If her finance wasn't in it, man, I don't know if I would have even gave it a second look. But yeah, we've come a long. The marriage between video games and entertainment has come a long way. And chat again, this is one of them shows we talk about anything tonight, so whatever's on your mind, feel free to express it. I'm reading every comment type of show tonight. Um, and I
what you call it?
and I've
I
been
just
off
don't.
work, so I don't got anything to do.
One thing too. I'm hoping that they don't mess up the. I know Sega. They're making a whole bunch of movies. I mean, I don't want them to mess up the Streets of Rage
Yeah.
movie.
Uh huh.
I, and I know they messed up. So far I heard the only thing that I don't like. I know they did something with I heard they're doing something with the Golden Axe
Oh,
license.
are they really?
But yeah, but the only problem is the it's not gonna be like a serious
Hmm.
it's not gonna be a serious thing. It's gonna be more like comedy
Oh,
animation.
okay.
So that I don't like. But the Streets of Rage movie is gonna be an actual action movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's really neat how far we come with that because I listen. There's a time where the video game media, like if it was a movie specifically, they're notoriously awful. Um, but fortunately, even with hits like the Mario movie and the Sonic movies, has done a good job turning that narrative around. Like the Sonic movie was surprisingly good, and I thought
Yeah.
Sonic 2 was even better. I thought Idris Elba did an excellent job as Knuckles. I'm like, how the hell did they get one of the most badass dudes I've ever seen on screen play
Mhm.
Knuckles? And he's goofy and likable in that movie. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
good job. Jim
I,
Carrey as Doctor Robotnik was perfect though.
yeah.
Other than the weight, everything else, like the way how Jim Carrey always did the overtop acting,
Yeah.
that's always been perfect to me.
I mean, he was a good pick for that movie. I think they cast it well. I agree with
Mhm.
you on that. I mean, they did really good. And you know what made it better? That I was expecting it to be bad,
Yeah,
and I was like
yeah,
pleasantly surprised that it was good. You know,
yeah. Well,
so
to be
that
to be fair, after its first reaction, they didn't only change the model; they made changes to the story as well, and
oh
that helped it be yeah. So that helped it be, and so when they did a lot of changes, and they realized people want Sonic and not whatever the fuck they're trying to put together. Um, yeah.
you know what movie was really bad? You remember the Street Fighter movie?
Oh yeah, with John Claude Van Damme, and it had a
Yeah.
terrible video, and that game had a terrible
Oh my
video game
god,
to it too.
that game was that movie was horrible, terrible,
Yeah,
terrible,
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. That movie was man. Yeah,
But you
with
know what?
John Claude Van Damme.
That movie was terrible. The a good movie back in the day was that I haven't been disappointed with the Mortal
Mhm.
Kombat movies though. The Mortal Kombat movies
Yeah,
still really
yeah,
good.
yeah, 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 yeah. Those are pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how the hell they knocked them ones out the park, but the Street Fighter one was so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing. It was like the license. You know, it's like I mentioned earlier. Like some
Hmm.
of these studios, they just want to milk the license,
Yeah.
while they have others that just want to some of them want to milk the license, and others they take their time with the source material. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
that's the whole thing about that.
Yeah.
But it's still good. Gaming is great right now. I'm happy because there was a time when you were shamed to be a
Hmm.
gamer, bro. Like it was like if you was a gamer, you ain't getting no ass, you ain't getting couldn't get no bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Fortunately
they
for
play.
me,
Yeah.
yeah. Fortunately for me, that's never been an issue. Like every woman I've ever been with, they knew I played video games, and they didn't
Right.
care. So that's
Yeah.
not something I dealt with personally. But yeah, I know that used to be a thing badly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad thing back then. It was like if you
Yeah.
play video games, you was either a nerd or I mean, for me, I it's the same thing. Like I really never cared about it, what people
Hmm.
think. So it kind of never really affected me that much. But I have friends that literally would be like, you know, but for me also, video games. I think you talk about it a lot in the channel. Video games
Yeah.
is a culture. You either about it and
Yep.
it's a lifestyle, it's something that you do and you embrace, or it's just something that people do to pass the time.
Yep.
So that's the only thing. I see in your chat, you get a lot of hardcore guys on your
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah. So speaking of chat, Shizno Elite said, I think gaming is better than it's ever has been. There's so much to play and lots of great games from all genres. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And not only that, Shizno, gaming is also getting more accessible than ever. Look, because on Xbox, there's the ant stream stuff for the retro games. There are plenty. Well, hell, our boy. By the way, go check out Phase 114's channel on YouTube. He does his share of unboxing and gameplay and live streams. He did an unboxing recently of the what is it called?
The Retron 5.
Retron 5, thank you. Retron 5. So there's such a huge market, Shizno, for anything gaming. I just don't understand why people hyper focus on the stuff they don't like and act like gaming is just the worst thing ever now. And we need to go back to no, guys, I don't want to go back to 1995. Don't get me wrong. It was great in 1995, but I don't need the standards where I only got because in 1995, I only got games on my birthday and Christmas. Do you know, as a kid, you know how badly I would kill for Game Pass as a kid? And by the way, I sent you the link. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what it is too, man? Like, yeah, like I like that game. I like that gaming is evolving. The only people that really wants to keep the people that want to keep gaming back is the people that know that their favorite platform can't keep up.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't gotta say what fan base that is. Everybody know what fan base that is.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying?
Things are moving forward. I'm glad they moved forward because
you got to.
And because I would not have one thing stuck in 1995 as great as, and that's the thing. You could play a 1995 game now in better quality in 2025 than you did back then. But what's up, Hebot? I see Hebot putting something on screen here. Hold on here. Yeah, so he got you're muted, so I don't know what's on screen.
I'm watching you, motherfuckers.
Oh,
what you playing, Hebot?
Yeah. No, he was showing our stream on our
oh, yeah, I'm watching the same thing. I'm watching it on the Series X.
Yeah,
I'm talking to you on on StreamYard.
Yeah. So, what's up, Hebot?
What's going on? First of all, y'all said something here. I wanted to get an opinion on something real quick. Yo, one of the worst fucking movies ever was Double Dragon with Scott Baio and what's his name?
Oh my God, I was just thinking about that, bro.
I was just,
you know what it is? Hebot, it's funny that you came in here because when we were talking about movies, I had a feeling you were gonna get in, but I was like, you know what? This is the perfect topic to talk about with Hebot because he knows about games and B, he knows about movies, which is something that huh?
No, finish what you were saying. I'll
I said it's funny that we're talking about this. I feel weird saying it on the chat because people might copy, right? But I always had that idea, like to talk about movies and stuff like that.
Right. Well, video game movies. Nobody really talks about them.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah,
they don't really don't.
But Double Dragon was a really terrible movie.
It was bad, man. It was just as bad as Mario. That was with fucking what's his name? The guy from Roger Rabbit and John Leguizamo. When John Leguizamo didn't care about being a toxic male, now he want to be a fucking simp. His retarded ass.
No, but in defense of John Leguizamo, he did a good job.
No, he did.
The only memorable part of that movie was him, man.
He was the perfect Luigi. The way he acted, right? He acted like Luigi, right? And so did the guy from Roger Rabbit. I forget the guy's name. The guy that looks like the detective.
The guy that played Mario,
the guy who played Mario was the detective in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You remember the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit with Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah,
that was him, the chubby dude that played the detective.
That's right. But
you know what it is? They had good actors, but the script was terrible.
No, it just you couldn't go nowhere with real life because Mario is too fantastical. You can't really do it in real.
Back then,
That's
you
why the
couldn't do it
3D
because they didn't
movies
have
like just go ahead. What?
that. No, back then they didn't have the tech to do that
No,
kind of
no,
stuff.
of course not. Shit, that Mario movie is amazing. It's beautiful. I got it in 4K. It was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah,
We saw
yeah.
that in the theaters,
you
and
know,
it was so true to the source. A lot of nostalgia. They did it right, man. They just knocked it out the fucking park.
yeah,
And that's why I want to I want to see them do it with Sonic because Sonic, even though it has humans in the story, is still too fantastical. It would be better as a CG like that with that high quality caliber of animation, studio production, and studio that does, you know, animation like that, like Pixar or DreamWorks. That's what they need to do. But you know, the movies are okay, but that they just don't hold a candle to what they did with Mario because I feel it needs to be in that animation form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think some worlds,
yeah.
some video game
The
worlds
movie,
are just
yeah,
perfect for animation.
yeah.
I mean, Zelda.
An ideal, and I'm about to get to the chat in a second, guys. Don't worry, because
Mhm.
this is still the hangout. So the hangout means hanging out with the chat. So I'm gonna get to the
Absolutely.
chat in a second, but let me say this. Yes, Sonic will 100% work best if it was the Green Hill Zone and all that stuff. More so than the route they went, but I still enjoy those movies.
Nah, I
Or
like it too, man.
Unlimited, or if they would have done the movie, like you saw the segments when they showed it where he was actually in Green Hill
Yes,
in the
yeah,
movie, that it
yeah.
looked really vibrant, beautiful.
Yeah.
It looked very 3D. If they would have left the movie in that entire environment and only made maybe what's his name, Jim Carrey as the actual only human in that world or subhuman, then the movie would have been perfect.
Yes.
I feel the
Yeah.
mistake was to leave it in the space of Earth.
Earth, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the mistake they did with the Masters of the Universe movie many years ago.
Oh, that's right. I remember that
That
one
was
too. Oh my goodness.
yeah. But it was done that way because of budgeting. Because when the movie started, they were in a place that looked like Eternia, and it looked great, and it looked believable, right? It felt like what could have been a real Eternia based off the comics, the toys, right? And obviously the toy, the filmation, cartoon from Timer. But the mistake was because they had the budget, they had to bring it to to Earth to make it more, so to be able to hold the movie through, to make it an actual movie full length. That's why Battle Cat wasn't in. That's why Orca wasn't in because the CGI wasn't there at the time either.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you look at Ralph Langella's performance as Skeletor, right? It was fucking incredible. He fucking killed it. You know what I mean? He is amazing and so villainous as Skeletor. It worked. And even Dolph Lundgren, with his accent and all, he played a good He-Man. He did a good job. And Meg Foster as Evil Lynn, she did a good job as well. So it had some really good potential, but it was just too early for its time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
you know what the thing too? You know what the thing too that was good? Even though that Street Fighter movie was horrible, the
Street Fighter,
Raul Julia was good in the movie.
Yeah. So back to the chat. Spawn said Art the Clown from Terrifier is awesome.
Oh yeah,
those movies.
That's the guy.
You guys got to see that series. That fucking movie's nuts.
Yeah, he makes the old horror movie guys look.
Oh my god,
look like nothing.
Okay, I need to check that out.
Here's the funny part: that character was basically a cameo in a movie called Hallows Eve. It's an independent horror movie, right? And he had a small segment in it, but they liked it so much. The creator decided, well, you know what? I'm going to go out and try to do a movie on its own. And he basically funded it himself. No publisher. He did it himself. Then the second one, he got picked up by a publisher, and the budget was a little bit higher. And then the third one, he was going to get actually published by a big studio, but when they saw how fucking crazy and violent it was, they backed off. They're like, "Oh no, we can't do this." They got too scared. Right. So he finished it off by himself. He completely funded it and published it himself, and the movie did phenomenal in the theater. We saw it in the theater. That shit was nuts. It was so crazy. not because it's like a mixture of, let's say, Silent Night, Deadly Night, right?
Mhm.
The old school classic with the elements of Christmas and Halloween or whatever, and then it also has the Texas Chainsaw Massacre craziness and kind of gore and kind of like taboo type of subjects and topics that you will never really see.
Yeah.
Like cutting a little fucking kid or cutting a little girl in half, and he does that in the movie. It's fucking crazy. But it's for pure entertainment. It's not real, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's what I think more engaging and.
But you know what though? Not for nothing, they could get away with those type of movies now more.
Oh
Because,
yeah, you
thanks
crazy,
to
like you said earlier.
thanks to anime and stuff like that. Now, like
Yeah.
violence like that is more acceptable.
No,
Coco Fiend left you a question.
Hold on. Yeah, let me get. Yeah, give me a second. Let me just get through these comments real quick, and then I'll just. Coco Fiend said, "Word, I didn't know it was already greenlit in reference to the Gears show." He also said, "If they introduce Cody in the Streets of Rage movie, they could kind of segue to new Street Fighter series since Cody is in Street Fighter as well." Oh, that would be clever, but I don't know if rights work like that, Coco Fiend. But that would be a pretty clever way to do it. The first Street Fighter movie is okay. Hey,
but
I'm glad you thought it was all right.
Cody. Yeah, but Cody's on Final Fight, not Streets of Rage, right?
They're part of the same universe.
Oh yeah.
No.
Coco Fiend corrected himself.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah,
my
yeah.
apologies. Cody was in
Street
Final
Fighter
Fight.
and Final Fight are part of the same universe.
No, I know, but he was saying Streets of Rage.
Yeah,
Oh, he meant Final Fight. He meant
Yeah.
Final Fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Well,
he
Streets of Rage
yeah, sorry.
isn't fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Streets of Rage is being directed and produced by the same people who did the John Wick series. So that movie is going to be amazing. There's no
incredible.
mind. They're also doing the new Highlander with fucking Henry Cavill. He's the main star of the movie. Yeah, he's playing the Christopher Lambert part. You know what I mean? So that's going to be incredible with the sword play and the gunkata that they do. It's like that movie that came out many years ago with Christian Bale. Before he was Batman, before even anybody knew who Taye Diggs and Christian Bale was, it was about gunkata, and it was called Equilibrium. A fucking incredible martial arts sci-fi movie. It takes place in the future where the government is controlling people's emotions by giving them, medicine, right, that they have to take so that they don't have emotions and attachment to anything. And so anytime they find people with anything that's attached to kind of some type of emotion, whether it's, old paintings, music, cassettes, literature, books, they would take the stuff, arrest them, and then burn all that stuff, right? And he was one of the, the guys that kept law and order every time they went after to find these people. But in one of the situations, he had ran out of the medicine that they got to take, and they got to take it every 8 hours or something like that. And he had to go back to the main capital run by the government to refill, but he didn't get a chance to. So he starts to feel emotion. Mind you, he has a wife and kids, but they're not really, it's all more robotic. It's like a passage of, they just have sex because it feels good, but they don't have really an attachment, right?
Guys, just check this out. Guess what I just found out?
What?
They're coming out with a Comic Zone movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they're working on a Comic Zone movie. Yeah, they just said that, I think it was a week ago. And the Streets of Rage and the Gears of War movie, the Gears of War movie started as a TV show, but now it's a full-fledged production for Netflix to be a movie.
Space Channel 5 is coming out.
They're working on something for that too. I don't know if it's going to be animation though or movie itself, but yeah.
So that just shows how far we come in terms of video games and entertainment. I mean, we came a long way. Y'all two were there before I was with all this, but I mean, it's just kind of crazy how there's a generation of gamers who don't know what it's like to live in a world where what few video game related tie-in stuff we got was not seen as anything good at all, right? Especially the movies, So now that we come, and then not only do the stuff now are doing a great job, they're most of them are respecting the more of these games and adding on to it, and it feels like an addition to the stuff you played,
Yeah.
other than being almost embarrassed of it, because that's how it was. And so yeah, Sisto said, yeah, even all the access we have to retro games nowadays, awesome. Oh yeah, that's from the conversation we had minutes ago.
Well, the thing is that back then,
Hmm.
even though video games was a big deal, right,
Hmm.
to us, right,
Yeah,
in the industry, it was looked at as a joke. It wasn't looked at as art. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
exactly.
we've come to a point now where video games is much more profitable than even movies.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you see every actor that wants part of it now, right? Since Kevin Spacey started doing stuff as well, and other actors, with Call of Duty and stuff like that. But back then, shit, video games like, oh no, it's a joke. Even though it's making money, and a lot of it in a really fast, progressional amount of time, but it was still looked at as a waste of time. What the hell are video games? Because they looked at it as, oh, that's just like a toy. It's something stupid. It's a video game program toy people can play with and waste their time. People who usually play it are dumb, are social. They really don't know how to. They're not educated. That was the mindset.
I got a question, right? I saw Spawn. He asked a question. He said Michael Myers versus Jason movie need to happen one day. Now, here's the thing: who will win in that movie? Because
They're
neither one
both
of them could
basically the
die.
same thing. No, yeah, bro. They're both of them the same thing. They're both demon souls.
But who would Spawn
Yeah.
think will win? Who would Spawn think will win? If he can answer that in the comments, I think that'll be
Oh yeah.
it.
I mean, y'all remember the ending to Freddy versus Jason, right?
Yeah, which was very entertaining because I
Yeah,
think they handled it.
that
I
was
think they handled
entertaining.
it. I think they handled it well.
Yeah,
they
that
they
was
left it up to the viewer, right, to decide, right? They
yeah,
gave like two
yeah,
endings.
yeah.
You, you know,
I remember how it ended was after they fought, Jason emerged from the lake holding Freddy's head, and like Freddy winks, and then he winks at
Basically, like there's no really winner
yeah,
or loser because they're
yeah,
both.
exactly. Yeah, I thought
I would
Jason
I,
won.
I would like to see Chucky versus Leprechaun. I think that'll be pretty interesting.
That would be funny.
Leprechaun in the hood, y'all
Yeah, I
remember?
would love to see that, man.
That movie was fucking funny.
Yo, they need you need to roll up with the gang, man. That's what I need to see. I need to see Leprechaun roll up with the gang against
Against
Chucky,
Chucky.
yeah, his kids, his wife.
I used to love that movie. That movie was
Yeah,
so
man, me too,
ridiculous,
man.
man. It had iced tea in it.
Well, those are guilty pleasures. You know what I mean? They're just movies for fun.
Yeah.
They don't take themselves too serious just to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Coco Fiend said, where do y'all stand on the old Mortal Kombat movies? Oh, I enjoyed them, man. They were the
They were
closest to
great.
they were the closest to being faithful to the source material we got as a kid. Because at least they fought in the realm and all that stuff, and it felt like Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat.
yeah, especially the first one. The first one was
Yeah.
really well executed. That's
Yeah.
actually this guy who did it. Paul Anderson. He also directed
Mhm.
Event Horizon, probably one of the best sci-fi horror movies ever.
Yeah.
He also, directed the fucking, obviously the fucking what you call it, the Resident Evil movies. He directed those. Matter of fact, Mila Djokovic is his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one that he said was a hot
Yeah,
bitch.
the lady who started in the Resident Evil films.
Yeah, that's Mila Djokovic. You were trying to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Her name is Mila Djokovic. That's her husband, the guy who directed, Paul Anderson, the one who directed Evil Dead. The Resident Evils. He's doing something else again, right, Darius? What was it he's gonna do? He's gonna do House of the Dead. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do the House of the Dead movie.
Oh, cool.
Not bad. That's
Yeah,
good.
he just got signed up, and that's actually a good pick because
Yeah.
House of the Dead is more fast paced and feels more like action instead of horror. And I think the same way he already had experience doing the Resident Evil, it's going to translate better with House of the Dead.
Coco Fiend. One real thing with your question, right? I think the old Mortal Kombat movie it was so significant to the gaming culture because
Oh, yeah.
it was the first movie that people were like, we can do this.
Right,
We can
right,
do these video game movies, and it can
And,
work, and it could be
right.
good to the source material. It
yeah,
Now,
made
to be
and
honest,
studios
that
less
was the important
afraid
part. Because
to
do
start
y'all
making
remember
those
how
games.
great y'all remember how great Scorpio and Sub Zero looked in that
oh
film?
yeah, the
Like
fight,
they
And
looked
the
just
fight
like
scene,
that was the first
and the
time.
soundtrack
the
was incredible.
soundtrack,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was
Yeah,
the first. Yo, that was the first time where I felt like, oh shit, I'm watching what I played on the game.
right, right.
I'm watching the culture. It
Yeah,
Yeah,
represented the culture was on the
yeah,
screen
yeah,
for the first time. Because before, you know, it's like yeah, it kind of felt like that because it's kind of like, I mean, I'm showing my age, but
hmm
it's like when Crush Crew came out back in the day, right?
hmm
yeah.
Like, people were like, when you were the part of the hip hop culture, you see, I mean, matter of fact, when you see like Belly when it came out back in the day, right?
yeah,
Very,
You was a part
very.
of the hip hop culture, right?
hmm
You got that feeling like, wow, the culture's on screen. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's the feeling that you have when you saw Mortal Kombat. It's like finally somebody got it right. This is the way it's supposed to be. So
Well, to be honest,
that's a real
e-
good question, Poco.
even Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie did a good job at the
Yes.
yes,
translation of the material. It did a very good job, in my personal
Yeah.
opinion.
hmm
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that movie was very good. Yeah, that movie really captured the culture. The Tomb Raider one also, like you said, that
Hmm.
one was very significant
oh
for the gaming
yeah,
culture.
We would have never thought, to be honest, Ricardo, and I think this topic was brought up by Limited before earlier. Not in a million years would have ever thought we'd see cinematic versions of any of those games that we ever played when we were young. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah,
until
yeah,
we saw Mortal Kombat like, oh shit, they could actually make video game movies and make them cool and make them work. You know what
right,
I mean? Mortal Kombat
right,
was a success. It did extremely well, extremely well, and it was hype because everybody was getting out there after they came out of the movie. They wanted to go do martial arts, go karate school because they were fucking hype.
Yo,
When they
not for
want-
nothing. Yeah, not for nothing. Not to downplay Mortal Kombat.
yeah,
Remember when that Mega Man cartoon came out?
yes, mm-hmm.
That right there, when that Mega Man cartoon came out, that was
Mm-hmm.
another moment when you was like, wow, you know what? The culture's on the screen.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did it also with Captain Planet.
Yep.
Remember
That was
Captain
like,
Planet?
wow, like they
Captain N?
captured it.
No, Captain
Cap-
N.
yeah, Captain N. Yeah, I was about to say.
Captain
Captain N
N.
and the something something. That's the one where they had,
Yeah,
all the yeah, they had the
yeah, and he
Belmont,
teamed
the
up. He teamed up with yeah, Belmont. I think he teamed up with Link too.
Link, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
they would do like different segments of the game. And he was the
yeah,
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
he was the human kid that played the video games that transported to their world via the computer and shit or whatever or the TV. That did it well too. That was a good introduction to into the video game characters and culture as well.
Co-
But it was little
co-
here and there sprinkled.
co-
Because even the
um,
Wizard with Fred Savage, remember? Where
yeah.
they did the tournament that he went to play Mario and he was going to win the big tournament. Even
Yeah,
that captivated the culture when it
yeah, but I
first
mean,
started.
it captivated the culture, right? It was
Yeah.
good because it was the first intro to people to see the culture. But what I was
Hmm.
saying, like with Mortal Kombat, it captured the culture because you felt the game, and
Yeah.
like it kind of was the game.
Absolutely.
The other series was like more of a representation of the gaming culture, but there was still some commercialization in it because even Mega Man, he wasn't like exactly the Mega Man that we
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
when we played the game. Coco Fiend, one more thing. I'm helping you out, Unlimited, with the question.
yeah.
Doom. I don't know if you guys agree. That game was not that movie was not part of the gaming culture to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I with The Rock, that movie was
The
horrible.
yeah, the
That
only
movie was popcorn. It
That was
was too
that
popcorn.
was that was a
yeah.
cash grab. That movie was a cash grab.
Yeah, it was just that The Rock was still new to acting, so there's a lot of novelty with it.
Yeah,
But yeah, it could have been better. It could
yeah,
have
it
been
could have
better.
been better. Definitely.
And
I still like that.
I think I
No,
I
right?
think that film was more closer to Doom 3,
Mhm.
right? Did the older ones. I think I'm trying. It's been years. That movie's like 20 years old, and I only seen it once, so I'm
Yeah,
going off memory here.
I didn't like it. I couldn't watch it. Like I gave it
Yeah,
the 30-minute test. If the movie don't hold my attention for 30 minutes,
yeah.
I'm
I
passing on.
Yeah, I watch for it's weird because I think because since movies aren't as long as video games, I'll watch a movie even if I wasn't feeling it to its completion just to see how it ended.
Yeah.
But I can't do that with video. If I like a video game, I am not playing a 100-hour video game I don't like
It's
some
not even.
YouTubers do.
It's because the
Yeah.
movie is watching it, right? So
Yeah.
you get a sense of visuals and a sense of auditory, which is hearing. But with a video game, you're actually feeling something because you're interacting with it. You get what I'm gonna say? But not to say you don't feel nothing with a movie, because when you watch a movie, like when I watched, La Bamba, right, or Titanic, for example, or even Armageddon, right?
Yeah.
You feel that emotion and your tears come because you can relate being in that position if you were that person, or if you had that feeling for such person that something happened to. You know what I'm saying? So there is an emotion there, but it's more intimate with video games because you're actually feeling it as you're watching it, as you're hearing it, and with the same emotional effect on top of that, right? Because you're controlling it. So it's a very distinct thing. So if a game is like, right, so to speak, you're not going to be interested. It just won't. It won't keep you there. It won't keep your attention for whatever reason. But that's why, it's
You know what game? You know what game? There was a game, and no homo, no diddy, but there was one game that got my emotions right. Was near Automata.
Yeah.
Near Automata, right?
Yeah, that game was really really good. That's one of my favorite top games. It's one of those games that when you play it and the ending, like you actually feel for the characters and everything.
Yeah,
That's one of those classic games.
Yeah, that's a game that also has multiple endings as well. So it'll change, each time you play it. And near. I enjoyed near Automata. And it's one of those games that'll kind of mix, because the game starts out as a shoot 'em up for the first 5-10 minutes. Get into hack and slash gameplay. Like it does a lot of stuff like that in it.
Wow, that game is. I would like to see like a follow up for that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was really good, but it was under the radar too. The one that was on 360.
Wasn't the first one exclusive? That was the Xbox exclusive, or no?
Right?
No, it was
the first Nier, or
it was called Nier. Yeah, it was on both.
Yeah,
on both, right?
Yeah, it's backwards compatible, and it's got the FPS boost. By the way,
I might try it out.
First game, the man in the corner with the blindfold. That's what's her name? B2 or B1. That's her father.
Yeah.
That's her
Oh wow! Look at that.
And then
I saw people sucking on it. Remember when they were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "You fake motherfucker! I bet y'all never even played Nier." Which is the first. I can't stand people to do that. They just jump the bandwagon because all of a sudden everybody's playing the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got into the game because I was looking at that girl cheeks.
But see, in your case, by your expression and what you just told us, you were not even aware that there was one for 360, and that was.
I was like, yo, I want to play the game with the girl with the cheeks.
Yeah,
and I want to see what the game is all about.
Yeah, and even then, Nier is a sequel to this PlayStation 2 game, Drakengard or something like that. So so the series is actually longer running than people think. But man, Nier Automata was pretty good. Actually, really good.
Unlimited one. Coco Fiend left you a comment.
Yeah, I'm about to get back to the comment. Coco Fiend said Chucky versus Megan would be a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Megan the Stallion or Mega Man?
Yeah.
No, Megan.
The horror movie.
The horror movie.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking about cheeks again. Oh,
Megan the Stallion.
You're so dirty.
Hey, Megan could get it though.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on.
Yeah, her fine ass from Houston, man. So she be doing stuff like throw the first pitch at Astro games. Them cheeks be boom, boom.
They be on and popping.
Yeah.
Spawn said, I like both Michael and Jason. If I had to pick one, is same. I choose Jason as well. Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, I love Jason.
Was going to have Pinhead in it. I didn't know that it was going to have Pinhead in the original ending. That's
really
Michael. Cool.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the caretaker of hell, which is where they go.
Oh, that's
That was,
right. That's
that was
right.
the plot
You
behind
know
it. But
what? Pinhead will be the organizer, right, of the battle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
more or less, you can think of it in that way. Yeah.
Not for
That.
nothing. For
Uh-huh.
the earlier question, what was the scary movie, right? That like
Hmm.
really scared us. Hellraiser, the original one, was real crazy.
Fantastic,
When the
fantastic movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
the first one, yeah, like that was wow. Like you know what it was to be a little kid and seeing somebody fingernails
Mm-hmm.
get pulled out of their
Hmm.
fingers. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Sure. Sure. Well, that's why I said if you guys ever watched the fucking the same guy who did the movie that we were talking about, the evil Resident Evil movies, Paul Anderson, he did Event Horizon, which is fucking Hellraiser basically in space.
Oh wow.
It's
Hell,
fucking fantastic. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic movie. One of the best
speaking of
underrated horror movies.
speaking of space, Jason X was horrible. That game, that movie
Yeah,
was horrible.
Oh yeah.
that was just
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that's the one that had Busta Rhymes in it, right?
No, no, that's the
No,
one when he was in
no. You're
space. He
thinking
was
about
in outer
Halloween. You're thinking about
space.
Halloween. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Jason was
the one in space.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason was in outer space. That movie was terrible.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
For both of you, frozen in cryos. They take them to experiments, so they go in space to do like I guess uh, like what you call it, experiments with, and he comes back to life and starts flexing everybody.
Yes.
You know what though? I know we're a little bit all over the place, but you remember when you were talking about the Sonic
Hmm.
series? How you were
Yes.
talking about how they have like some stuff could be better for animation.
Hmm.
One thing that Sega did that was smart, they changed the because a lot of Sonic fans are probably some of the worst toxic fans, like next to Halo fans, because they're never
Yeah, yeah,
happy.
yeah.
You
Sonic
give
fans are
them
worse. So
yeah, Sonic fans,
just
you give them what they
trust me on
want,
this one. Sonic
right?
fans are
They're
worse.
bad,
You
right?
give
Yeah,
them what they
they
want, and they want
bad.
something else. They want the past. If you give them the past, they want the future. You give them the future, they want the past.
Yeah.
So what the smart thing that they did was they decided they made an announcement. I forgot it was like years ago that everything that you see on the Sonic games is like a multiverse now. So they
Yeah.
like Sonic Boom is its own verse universe.
Right.
So that way people stop complaining. The original Sonic, that's a whole different multiverse. So it opens the door business wise. Now they have like the regular live action movie. You go watch that, but they also got the series on Netflix that's
Hmm.
animated. And then you
Yeah.
go watch
Yeah.
those, and then those have all the characters that you want to watch. The reason I was saying that was if you ever get a chance, check out the series Sonic Boom. I don't know if you ever heard of that show. It
Yeah.
was a
It was
Sonic
based
show.
on it was based on the Wii U game that was
Right.
actually
It
a
was
But
game
better
that
than the
was
game.
if you
really
watch,
that
if
It was
you
really had
better
a
watch,
than those
lot of
games.
potential
yep,
to be good, but it wasn't finished.
correct.
That game has so much potential. No, no, no
Yeah.
lie.
It,
That game
But
should
if
have
it,
been.
it,
but if you watch
if
the
yeah,
TV
if it was
series,
given a chance to succeed, it probably would have. But the
mhm,
cartoon was way
But
better than
limited,
the
the
game.
fucking directors and the
check
publishers
out
months
if
before
yeah,
the
if
game
you
was
have
Hold on, Phase. I couldn't hear Hebot.
okay,
finished.
what you said?
The directors of Sonic Boom dipped 6 and 7 months before the game was finished.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's
That's
why it
wild.
failed.
yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't polished, and the game is still good. Polish or no polish, it's still you could tell they were going to do a fantastic job. It has so
it's a
much
game.
potential.
Yeah, it's a game, in my opinion, that if it had polish, then it would have been a home run. But I remember dabbling in it a little bit, even though I didn't like the Wii. But I did own one, so that's what people don't realize. I owned a Wii and played games like that, and it was just so messy that even a super positive gamer who likes everything, came out of it like, oh, Sonic, man. It felt like the dark days of Sonic. Uh,
Right.
and that's the importance of letting a game finish. And let me get to the chat before we start wrapping it up. Shizney Elite said the first Nier got remastered for last gen. Yeah, it did. It did. It's called Nier Replicant, and it should be super cheap.
Oh,
Both
I might
Nier
check that
games are
out.
very good. Yeah, yeah. The Exorcist is my favorite horror movie. Oh, that's a classic as well.
Oh
I for-
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of funny because The Exorcist is a classic, but The Exorcist 2 might be one of the stupidest horror movies I could remember. So I remember watching Extras 2.
And 3 is one of the most underrated too because it's actually
exactly.
Really good.
Exactly, Keybot. I'm like, where did they go wrong with The Exorcist 2? Because that one is not only stupid, calling Satan Zulu or whatever the fuck they call was goofy. I'm like, guys, this is not scary. It was so, and then three comes out like Keybot said, it's this extremely underrated horror movie, and I'm just like, where the hell did the second one go wrong at? I gotta.
It was a product of let's rush, let's make money. This movie made money, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Because I think you're right because didn't Exorcist 3, 2 was so bad that the third one didn't come out until like 15 years later, something like that.
The third one didn't come out years later. With what's his name? With not Ridley Scott. With the actor's name is Scott. Holy shit, I forget his name. He's been in a lot of things. He's a legendary actor, and it was more about him and the psychosis of him going to visit the priest from the first one, how he was affected, and then now he's in a fucking home with people that are crazy because he went crazy basically, and they didn't believe him that he was possessed by the devil, and so he was like studying him, trying to see what happened, and it was very more like of a psychological thriller. But it was so underrated because the acting and the premise was so well done. The execution was fantastic. It was just really good. So underrated. But yeah, go ahead.
It really was. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100% with Hebot. Exorcist. If you watch the Exorcist trilogy, only watch 2 if you're a completionist. But you could skip that boring ass movie. That movie was horrible because the first one is legitimately classic, and Exorcist 3, like you said, was underrated. And Hebot is showing Exorcist on screen here.
Oh no. Terrifier 2. Is it?
Oh no,
Terrifier 2. You know, Terrifier 3 made a lot of money.
We have history of being great.
Oh, there it is. The Terrifier.
And here's the movie I was talking about. This is Event Horizon.
I wish I had the money to invest in DVDs in 4 ways like I do video games. I just Yeah, I just got to pick my poison with my collection stuff, man. Because I'm already a comic fan.
You're still gonna get a chance, man. The physical. I think you're gonna get your chance because the physical renaissance is happening again. People really starting to get into physical again. So.
One of the best horrors here.
Well, I'm saying for my budget, for my entertainment budget, it's either.
Definitely.
You ever seen this?
I don't got the money to buy to be a physical deep movie owner. Game owner, comic owner, you know what I'm saying? So some kind of gives.
You gotta pick your poison, man.
I'd love to get DVDs and Blu-rays again because I actually still own mine because I don't throw nothing away. I'm one of those people. I don't like throwing nothing away because after I lost my first video game collection, that scared me from ever throwing anything away. Right? So
did you ever see this one?
Huh?
You ever see this one? One of the best horror comedies.
The Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah!
Oh, classic! Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Purdue.
Yep. Yeah, let's see.
Sonic fans are justified.
Yeah, Sonic fans were justified on that too. Sonic looked like a blue raccoon in that original trailer. Yeah, man, it was a. I have
a theory. I got a feeling that ugly Sonic was part of the promotional campaign.
Yeah, no, I don't give Paramount that much credit. That's too much credit to give. I 100% believe. Oh, he got Belly too. He also got Belly on DVD. There's Phase.
Wait, you talking about my diet?
Yeah, he bought no, the movie Belly.
I'm just joking. I'm
joking. In 4K.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, man. That's a classic.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
The culture, brother.
DMX, Nas, and all of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Coco Fiend's comment. Yeah, no, Phase. I don't give Paramount that much credit that they had this foresight of let's make them super ugly and have people react this way, and this will get hyped to the movie, and then we're going to delay it. We're going to delay the movie a year and fix it, and then they're going to like it. Nah, they're what I think their stupid ass market research team thought that shit looked good, and the people that they could, because they screen test movies, right? And the screen testers didn't hate it. So they thought the public wouldn't, and then the public's like, "What is this?" And the actual Sonic fans saw it, like, "What is this horse shit?" it got extreme backlash, and they had to delay it and fix the design.
And that's scary. You know what it is? Because it shows the disconnect with the movie studios
Mm-hmm.
and the gamers,
Yeah.
right? Because at any moment, the only reason they get in this, like, they're allowing the coalition and stuff like that to help out, assist with the Gears of War TV show, is only because they know that whenever you involve people that did the source material, it
Mm-hmm.
pretty much guarantees revenue that's
No
gonna
doubt.
come in.
All Out did well.
Yeah.
Right.
What's his name? Pete Hines and the other dude. They were involved. And
But
look
if
how
they,
well it did.
yeah, but if they ever feel, if the movie studios ever feel that they don't need the source material anymore, they would jump. They would jump right back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'll get the awful horse shit we used to get.
Yeah, like Masters of the Universe, the movie. That movie was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, horrible! But like I said, that performance by Frank Langella was
Mhm.
incredible. It's
Yeah,
almost like
wondering-
the Riddler,
yeah.
Jim Carrey as the Riddler in Batman Forever. The
Mhm.
movie wasn't great, but when you see the performance with Jim Carrey as the Riddler, he was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
You
what?
know?
You guys gotta watch. You guys gotta watch Penguin. That show.
Oh yeah. That show's great.
Yeah, it's Matt Reeves. It connects to the second one that's coming out too. Penguins are
Oh.
awesome.
How can I forget this disaster? Prince of Persia.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
Jake
terrible.
Gyllenhaal as
he did a good job though, Jake Gyllenhaal. To be honest,
oh, he's a good actor, but man,
yeah, he's always a good actor.
yeah, he's proof that that you can't turn what's that phrase goes? You can't turn chicken shit to chicken salad.
Yeah,
I think that's how it goes. Yeah.
that man
Oh,
is
God.
100%. He gives 110% every time.
Yeah.
Guys, real quick. I went off topic with the Sonic Boom thing. If you get a chance on YouTube, the writing for the TV show Sonic Boom is really
oh.
really good.
That show's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Right. Because the comedy, even though it's an animated show, is not for kids. And like you
Yeah.
see the writing and the source material that they talk about is not like, and you're right. The writing is excellent on that show.
Yeah, that show's hilarious.
Yeah, man.
But before we wrap it up, the underrated video game movie, and this movie flopped, but it was surprisingly awesome. That Warcraft movie, that CGI Warcraft.
I never
movie.
seen that one. I gotta see that one.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
I fell for the hype for that. I didn't see it.
yeah.
Yeah, I got the fucking 4K for that too. That movie's actually really good, and it didn't do well.
No,
No.
It didn't do, and yet it was surprisingly awesome.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah.
But the Goblin looked like my ex-girlfriend, so I was like, I didn't want to see that.
Stupid. There you go.
All right. Yeah, but with that, guys, chat, we're about to wrap it up. It's almost 1 a.m. where I'm at, so that means it's like 2 a.m. for y'all out there in New York.
Yes, it
You know
is.
what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's a good time to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us on this episode of your Limited Hangout. It's always great to hang out with the chat. You know, that's what it's for, to hang out, chat, you guys, get your opinions and views. And you know what I like? And this format allows us to be, you know, we're not tied to topics like on the Limited Truth. So it's a lot more free form, if you will. So that allows us to, you know, get to know the chat a lot more. Always great to hang out with FaZe. Like FaZe, thank you for joining. Because I believe this was FaZe's first time on the Limit. On this channel.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man.
Y'all, dude, it's a pleasure. I'm glad you can make it. You know,
Yeah, thank you, man.
Usually, you're always working when we do these shows.
Yeah, it's funny. I just got out of work too, and I saw you on. I was like, I gotta get on this.
Oh yeah. See,
I mean, it's nice because you guys were talking about video game movies, like I said.
And we're talking about the culture, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the culture, which is fun, makes it really fun because you don't get to really do that. You don't, especially you can't do that. Let's be honest. You can't do that with just anybody that doesn't really know the culture or the history.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really why it's easy for you guys or someone like me to come in, or E-Rock or Sega Man. You know what I mean? Just come in and blah, 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 and chat, right? Because we lived it. We've been there since day one. Even somebody like Gogopol, you've been there, and he goes on Sega Forever's podcast. He's very, very cultural inclined. You know what I mean? So this is fun. This is cool. That's why I want to jump in, even though it's late. This is cool.
Yeah,
you can't
man.
you can't have this conversation with a Dreamcast guy. You can't.
Yeah,
especially the one on YouTube. That Dreamcast guy, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Well,
That's a fucking clown.
I mean, he's too busy predicting the death of Xbox every day to
Oh,
Okay, that's
yeah.
Xbox buys every 15 minutes on his channel.
yeah.
Xbox
But with
is
that said,
officially dead.
yeah, with that said, chat, as always, you guys were phenomenal tonight. You know I love hanging out with the chat, man. I have words cannot express the great respect I have for the chat. Because y'all just bring it, y'all are knowledgeable, y'all are fun to talk to and hang out with. And so that's why I started the unlimited hangout was specifically for them guys. Because
That's great.
I know
That's great, man.
because I know some the unlimited truth they'll be spitting. They'll be spitting, man. But you can't address the chat when you got 6 panel members and you got to, you know what I'm saying. But something like this, 2-3 other fellas with me in the chat. Oh, that's excellent conversation. Before we go. I gotta talk about this. The Amazon Black Friday sale went up today, and these sales are surprisingly great. I mean, look at this: Armored Core 6 for $20.
Oh, that game is dope.
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta get
Armored
that.
Core 6 for $20.
Rubicon. That's an excellent. That game is excellent.
Yeah, exactly. $20. NBA's $30. The newest one, $50 for the Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition. What else? Yeah. Elden Ring, for those into that, is $20. There's some other good sales here that I saw. Metaphor just released like a week ago. It's $50 already. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is $25. When I saw this, when I was looking at these sales earlier, right, and I'm like, yo, the sales, the game sales are pretty good this year on Amazon. The Starship, this game just released like a week ago. Starship Trooper is $30 now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of good stuff for physical. If you're into physical, the Xbox version of Shin Megami Tensei is $25. Check out Amazon for your Black Friday. For the physical guys, $25 for Atomic Heart. I gotta pick this up. I had this game on my list. I know it's on Game Pass, but I want to buy it physically for the launch.
Oh, that's a physical copy for $24?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
$25 for Atomic Heart. Oh, that's gonna be purchased.
Did you play that one or no? Is it good?
Yeah, I played it on Game Pass. Oh, RoboCop is $30 physically. This game is, guys. RoboCop is spectacular. All right, you can't.
Didn't he want that full Sega Man one? I gotta let him know it's $30.
Yeah, $30 on Amazon for their Black Friday sale. Like, guys, Amazon's Black Friday is a home run for the physical owners, because these games are like, these are legitimately good sales, and not, how some Black Friday sales aren't really sales. You know what I'm saying? There's just kind of a price cut. No. $20 for Sonic Origins Plus.
$20 for RoboCop is good.
Yeah. That game's $20 for Sonic Super. Oh, this is another one I want to pick up. So yeah, you see, I'm gonna be doing my own shopping when we go offline. But yeah, guys, Amazon's where it's at this year for the physical owners. $32 for Kina, because this game just released like a month ago. Very good sale for the physical games for those who are interested. I might do a video on the Black Friday sale as well, but they're like 1,000 games. That might be too much to cover. But yeah, Xbox, man. Xbox. Look at this. $28 for the Starfield wrap.
Oh, is it?
Amazon. Yeah.
What? I think
I'm
gonna get that today. I'm gonna get that right now.
Yeah. So that's I want to end with that, because I saw this earlier, and I was blown away. I'm like, yo, Amazon, y'all killing it. Y'all killing it. And again, this is for people who prefer physical. Because I know a large percent of the viewers are digital, but if you guys want to keep building your collection, get some games to own, Amazon's physical games is where it's at. Even the Starfield wrap here is under $30. But with that said, guys, we're gonna call it night. I know it's almost 2 a.m. in some parts, 1 a.m. where I'm at. So you guys have a great night, and we are out.
Take care.